Alright, hey, what's up guys? It's Anna, and today is January 2nd, I believe so. Happy New Year, happy 2018. I hope that your New Year's Eve was amazing and your new year will be amazing. Yeah. So as you can tell by today's title, this video is about some of my cruising tips. So I just went on a cruise over Christmas. We left December 22nd, and we left the port of Miami December 22nd, and we got back December 31st. So it was 9 nights, 10 days, so much fun. I had a blast. This was the third cruise that I've been on, all Royal Caribbean, and I just love cruising. It's my favorite way to vacation. Everything about it's awesome. You know, you get to see beautiful parts of the world. Your food is all provided, and it's like good food too. Your room is provided. There's free entertainment. There's just so much fun stuff to do. And people often think that cruises only really go to the Caribbean and warm islands, but they also go, you know, all over the world. Like my parents, for their 20th anniversary, are going on an Alaskan cruise this summer. I know of other cruises that go to Europe, they go transatlantic, they go all over. So you can really go everywhere. So I just got off a cruise, and I'm definitely missing it, missing all the friends I made. So I decided to make a video of some cruising tips that I've come to realize over this time that I would have loved to hear before. And as I said, I've been on 3 cruises, so while I don't have a ton of experience, I think I have a good bit for some people. So first tip is take lots of pictures, and not just of your destinations, because yes, the destinations are beautiful. I highly suggest taking pictures of them, but take pictures of the ship, because you're not gonna realize how much you're gonna miss it, and then you're gonna get off and you're gonna be like, oh damn, I missed this part of this, I miss this thing. So taking pictures, looking back at them, really helps you feel better about it. It helps ease the transition, ease the disembarking, which is just hard and awful. So take lots of pictures, and with that, take lots of pictures of the friends that you make. So on this last cruise, I made a lot of friends from all over the world. I made a friend in Canada, I made a friend in England, I made a friend in Sweden, a couple friends in Norway, I met some people from Mexico, all over the world. And I didn't really take any pictures of them, and I really wish I had, because I mean, we have like a group message, and like we sent pictures of ourselves so we would all remember, but I wish that I'd just taken pictures with them and of them in general, especially, I mean, you don't have to do it the whole time, but at least the last night, you know, make sure you take lots of pictures. So that kind of goes hand in hand. Tip number 2, don't let fear stop you from having fun. So I, at least, am somebody who, I love being around people. I consider myself an extroverted introvert. Like, I need time by myself, but I love being around people. I love meeting new people. And the cruise that I went on this last time had this 18+ dance club party thing from around 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I really wanted to go. It sounded like a lot of fun. Like you could hear the music from lower decks, because it was on the highest deck. And it just seemed like so much fun, but I was too scared to go until the 3rd night. And I ended up going, and I had an absolute blast. I went every night after that. I was the life of the party. I was dancing. I was meeting new people. It was amazing. And I really wish that I'd gone the first 2 nights, because I had so much fun, and I'm sad that I didn't get to have those 2 more nights of fun and that extra time to meet people and get to know people a bit better. So, you know, don't let fear stop you from having fun. And if there are events that you want to go to, but you're scared because you don't know anybody, because I was too scared to go, because I was only there with my family. My sisters weren't old enough to go. You had to be 18. And I really wanted to go, but I was nervous because I didn't know anybody. But I met so many people that I had so much fun. And so, you know, if you're scared to do something, or this even applies as a general life tip, if you're scared to go do something, or, you know, you want to do something but you're nervous about it, just do it. There's an awesome quote that goes, you know, fear is useless and temporary, which, true shit. So, tip number 3. be very friendly and very outgoing. I mean, even if that's not your natural personality, you can almost try to like put on a persona, pretend like you're acting, and just, you know, at the very least smile at everybody. You know, maybe they'll come up and talk to you, maybe they won't, but even just smiling kind of relieves that tension. And I find that the more open I am, the more outgoing I am, the easier it gets. So like the first couple times of me just going up and talking to someone, it was really scary, it was really nerve-wracking, but the more I did it, the easier it got. By the end, where I just see a stranger in the hallway and I'd just be like, and you know, they might come over and talk to me, they might not, but it was a natural response, and it was super easy. And everybody on cruises is so friendly that you're gonna have an awesome time. Yeah, so try to make friends everywhere, and then going along with that, stay up late with these friends and like have good times with them. So even just today, me and a couple of my friends from the cruise, we have a little group message, and we were like, this guy was like, yeah, it didn't even feel like a vacation. It was just like a concentration camp of drinking and sleep deprivation, because all the friends I made were over 21, so they were all drinking. And yeah, we would all stay up till at least 4 a.m. every night, and then, you know, sometimes wake up. Some days you got to sleep in a little, but if it was a port day and you had an early excursion, then you had to get up at like 8 or 9 and you just didn't get a lot of sleep. But it was so much fun. I don't regret missing out on that sleep at all, because I made up for it last night when I got home. So definitely stay up late with your friends, make good memories with them, enjoy the time. I mean, if you know that you need sleep, maybe try to get a nap. So like what I would do is, if it was like a port day, I would, you know, stay up till like 4, maybe the night before, stay up till about 4 o'clock. And then I would sleep till maybe like 8 or 9, get up, get dressed, you know, go eat, go out, do my excursion. I'd come back on the ship around 4 o'clock. And then we had dinner pretty early. We'd have dinner like 5:15, 5:30. So what I would do is I would take a shower, and then I would just sleep till it was time for dinner. And then, you know, I would go to dinner, and then after dinner, me and my sisters would do, you know, a couple different activities. Like we did karaoke. We went to see the entertainment shows. They had like ice skating shows, dancing and singing shows, comedy shows. We would go to trivia, because they had like a Michael Jackson trivia and a Queen trivia, and me and my sisters love Queen, so I mean, we had fun doing that kind of stuff. And then they'd go to bed around 11. I'd kind of change out of my more formal wear, and I'd put on like shorts and a t-shirt, and then I'd go dancing. It was so much fun, and you know, I'd do the whole thing the next day. And so that little power nap really helped. So yeah, that was tip number 3, I think. So then tip number 4 is do your research before you go on these ports. So I didn't do this last time, and I wish that I had, but you know, because especially so many of these tropical islands, they're very, you know, tourism is where they make their money. And I mean, obviously it's awesome that we help the economy like that and we help them thriving, but a lot of the experience is very artificial and very tailored to what they think that tourists will like, not necessarily what it's really like to be on the island. And I'm somebody who really likes authentic experiences, so I kind of wish that I'd, you know, done a little bit of research and like of cool things to see, or, you know, cool places to go in the island, rather than just, you know, seeing a sign like when I get off the ship that's like, let's go to this beach, and like, okay. I kind of wish I'd done that research so I could have a nice, authentic experience of the island, rather than just kind of the like touristy, ready-made experience. But I still had a lot of fun. Like, we went jet skiing in Haiti, in Curacao. We just did a tour by a boat, and then had a day at the beach, which was a nice relaxation. In Bonaire, we did glass bottom kayaking, and then we went snorkeling. And then in Aruba, my mom and I did UTVs all over the desert side, which was beautiful. And I really liked the UTVs, and that was so cool. We got to see a big part of the island that we probably wouldn't have, and it was just beautiful and amazing. So I highly suggest doing your research. Okay, tip number 5 is to have a travel journal. This was something, again, that I didn't do every night, but I tried to at least every 2 or 3 days, you know, write a little brief synopsis of what I did that day, like the fun stuff that I want to remember, because even now, like yesterday, I was going back and reading it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that I did that. Even though it was only 4 days ago, I'd forgotten that I did that, but it was something that I had fun with. You know, this is kind of another thing to make the transition back into real life easier. You go back, you read your journal entries of, you know, the fun stuff you did, and, you know, you smile, you remember, and it just makes the transition a lot easier, which is, you know, that was really difficult for me because I love cruising. I love the environment, and, you know, like 72 hours ago, I was in 80-degree weather, and I came home to Baltimore, Maryland, and it's like 15 degrees here, and it's freezing. So yeah, try to journal every day just to help remember all that stuff that goes along with taking pictures of everything and everyone. You know, I always like to take an abundance of pictures, and then at the end, you know, sort through them, edit some, you know, figure out which ones I want to keep, which ones I want to get rid of, and that's also another fun way to remember the time. Yeah, this video is getting kind of long. I'm sorry. I really love cruising, and I have a lot of tips. Okay, tip number 6 is don't overpack. So you're going to think that you're going to need a lot more than you're actually going to need. But some of the essentials are, you know, bathing suits, a couple pairs of shorts, a couple pairs of, well, I mean, if you're going to somewhere warm, bathing suits, t-shirts, shorts, 1 or 2 formal attire if you're a girl, like a, you know, formal dress. If you're a guy, like a tux or just like a suit jacket, stuff like that. If you guys want, I can make a whole video of what to pack, because I'm really into like minimalism, so I like to figure out minimalist ways to pack but still feel like you have a lot. So yeah, don't overpack. And then kind of going along with that is bring like 2 or 3 books if you like to read. I love to read, so I brought like 3 or 4 books, and I didn't get to finish all of them. There's still one that I have to finish, but what I would do is I would bring books from home, or like my library has sales, so like I got a ton of books for like 25 cents each. So I brought like 2 of those, I read them, and then when I was done, I put them on the library on board so that somebody else could enjoy them, and then I also brought home a book from the library. And that's kind of a fun way too, to be like, oh yeah, I got this book on the cruise, or like, you know, if you really liked a book, you can give it to the cruise line and hopefully someone else will read it. And I just think that it's a really fun way to do that. Okay. Tip number 7 is make lots of friends. If you're under 21, make friends that are over 21. I'm 18 and I made friends who were over 21. And I mean, besides the obvious, if you're in America, having friends who are over 21, it was really awesome to hear about like their different life experiences, and they're just, I feel like the older people are, the more mature they are, and I consider myself a mature 18-year-old, so it was really nice to, you know, talk to people who were like 22, 25. One of my friends was 28 and he had like a daughter, and it's just really cool to hear like their life experiences, and even, you know, good advice from them about, you know, me being my age, because like I had made a friend who was 10 years older than me, and it's just really awesome to hear their experiences and their advice, and, you know, also that kind of stuff. Tip number 8 is try to be in your room as little as possible. Besides, you know, obviously when you're sleeping or, you know, getting ready to go somewhere, try to spend all of your time out on the ship. Even if you're like, you know what, I'm really tired, like I don't want to go to sleep, but I just need time to myself. What I would do is I would take a book and I would go up to the Viking Lounge, which was the very top deck, and it was a nice quiet lounge, and I would read my book there. And so I was still experiencing the ship, still experiencing the people, still having fun, but it was kind of more toned down. But then I mean, it was also amazing to go to all the shows, and like I didn't enjoy every single show. There were a couple where I was like, that wasn't that good, I didn't really like it that much, but I'm so glad that I went because I got to experience new stuff, see new things, have a good time. You know, you paid all this money to be on vacation, you might as well enjoy it to the fullest, because there's no extra cost to you to do that. All right, going along with that is to participate in stuff. So when I went on the cruise I was just on, they had a hypnotist come, and I was a volunteer to be hypnotized, and I mean, that was really cool. And, you know, it's fun, you enjoy the experience that much more because you played a big part in it. And I mean, kind of going back to being friendly to everyone, you know, people will come up to and be like, hey, we're that girl who got hypnotized. And I'm like, yeah. And then we like talk about it, and, you know, it's just another cool way. And then there was also like a battle of the sexes that I participated in. And, you know, you enjoy the experience, people recognize you, it's a fun time. everybody just enjoys that. All right, and then tip number 9 is enjoy the food and listen to your body. So many people are like, okay, you know, I'm going on a vacation, you know, I'm just gonna completely relax and, you know, eat whatever I want. And that's awesome. But then at the same time, you know, listen to your body and, you know, just enjoy food that you wouldn't normally eat, but enjoy it in moderation. So like, you know, I'm vegan or plant-based, and I really love cheesecake, and I was on this vacation and I love dessert, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy the cheesecake that's here. I had cheesecake probably every night, but you know, I enjoyed it. I listened to my body. I also ate lots of fruits and vegetables. You know, I also was active, like I went dancing every night. You know, we would do like busy excursions that were very active. We just did a lot of fun stuff. But kind of on the opposite spectrum of that, you know, people will be like, oh my gosh, I'm on vacation, like I want to look as awesome as possible, so I'm going to work out every day. I'm not going to eat any food. And, you know, like, you're on vacation. Relax. Lay by the pool. Go to the gym if you want. But, you know, lay out. Enjoy the food that you don't eat all the time. Like, it's not going to ruin your fitness goals or whatever. You know, just enjoy the food and listen to your body and relax because you're on vacation. And finally, tip number 10 is book your next cruise on board. At least with Royal Caribbean, they have this thing called Next Cruise, and if you book your next cruise on board, you get a lot of money off on the down payment. You get like not first, but like a higher priority of where your room will be. You often, you know, have more of a selection, more of a pick of what you want to do in that stuff because it's not all filled up. And I just think it's really great. Like the cruise that I just went on, my mom and I booked it when we went on a cruise in May for my for me graduating from high school. And you know, we booked this cruise, we got money off on it, we got to fit all of us in nice rooms, we got to, you know, have a really awesome time. And especially considering it was over Christmas, it wasn't super uber expensive because, you know, we did it ahead of time and we got the money off. And you know, and the great thing is you can book it and put down the down payment, and if you want it anytime you can cancel it. So like you may only lose out on like $150, but like, that's what we did, because I was like, Mom, like, let's book it. She's like, I don't know if, like, your dad's going to want to do it. I don't want to make this decision without him. I was like, we can always cancel it if we don't want to, but, you know, we can't rebook it for the same amount of money, you know, the same amount of perks and stuff, so highly recommend. Yeah, so those are my top 10 cruise tips. If you guys liked it, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see a video on what to pack on a cruise, or if you have any other video suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!